All right, so thank you everybody for attending this evening. We've got some exciting announcements on BetaBlox. Social media may have cracked some of the secrets a little bit early, but hopefully for some of you this will be the first time you hear some of these things. So again, my name's Kevin Oldham. I wear three hats in life. First of all, I'm a husband and a father. Secondly, I'm an investor and consultant here at BetaBlox. And third, I'm the CEO and founder of a company called Diffactory. We're a digital growth and marketing consultancy that helps businesses that operate on subscription models retain and attract more members. Before we get into the announcements, I'd like to give some much-deserved gratitude to LaunchKC, EDC, and Commerce Bank for supporting today's demo day. Because frankly, without them, you'd be listening to us in a much less awesome facility. So thank you very much to our sponsors today. Let's talk about LaunchKC. So LaunchKC is a public grant competition. It's designed to add rocket boosters to Kansas City businesses or those who seek to relocate here. Last year's competition was so successful that they're doing it again this year. And what they give the 10 finalists or the 10 companies that are awarded grants are $50,000 grants individually for each of those companies. So $500,000 on the line. They also provide a bevy of other value-added services. So if you need to accelerate your business, please talk to the representatives. They're here today, or check out LaunchKC online. Applications are due on July 6th, which is more than enough time to get them in. So let's take a look at what's been going on in BetaBlox. So every year we attempt to provide some insights as to what's happened in our portfolio over the past year, and then also what we foresee happening going forward. As we sit here today, we've acquired part of over 100 companies. So that makes accounting very challenging. So what we do is we focus on the top 10% most valuable assets in our portfolio and keep a very watchful eye on them. I'm excited to say that top 10% has doubled their revenue year after year after year since we launched in 2012. In 2015 alone, that top 10% posted almost $10 million in top-line revenue, which means that this year, 2016, they're anticipated to post almost $20 million in top-line revenue. And keep in mind, that's assuming that they don't have any incremental growth percentage-wise. Which leads me to the very exciting announcement, the most exciting announcement since we've launched BetaBlox. And that is, we're coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've officially closed a round of financing that will allow us to do so. One of our founders has already moved down there and has been quietly putting together a team. Our lead financier is the Oklahoma Innovation Institute. It's a nonprofit, obviously based out of Oklahoma, founded by an illustrious Oklahoma venture capitalist. We also received funding from Fourth Floor Capital, which is an international angel group, a $1 billion nonprofit that was not the Kauffman Foundation, and checks from 10 other high net worth individuals, some of which you've already heard from today. So we're really excited about this for multiple reasons. If you think about it, what this means is that we can go from helping approximately 40 startups a year to helping 80 startups a year. So that's huge. We're gonna have twice as many resources, twice as much office space, twice as many mentors. We're gonna have deal flow going back and forth between Tulsa and Kansas City. Our founders now have 3 times the access to follow-on funding, and this further cements our mission of creating one of the nation's truly fully integrated alliances of entrepreneurs, companies who want to be successful, investors, and all the resources that are needed to make those companies successful. So, what we're going to do moving forward is we are going to look at Tulsa and Kansas City as sister entrepreneurial cities. What do I mean by that? Philosophically, here in Kansas City at BetaBlox, what we teach our companies to do is we teach them to prove their value proposition during their 6-month curriculum with us. And then we want them to work in concentric circles geographically to prove their growth. Now, we're making their job a little bit easier, because now we have another city that they can go to. Let's go back to the map. See how close Tulsa is to Kansas City. 3-hour drive. So now what can happen is the respective entrepreneurs coming out of both cities can prove their value proposition within their home city, and then they can prove their growth in another friendly city where they already have boots on the ground, a network, and the support resources. So we're very excited about this expansion into Tulsa. Last order of business. If you're an entrepreneur or somebody who's thinking about starting a company, and you were sitting across the table from somebody who had been there and done that, somebody who had built a company, sold it, scaled a company, done whatever it is that you think you need to do, and you're thinking about bringing that person on as either a very hands-on co-founder or a mentor, would you cut them in? Would you let them have part of your company in exchange for that expertise to make that ride more smooth? Most people would. And that's essentially what BetaBlox is, although far more organized. We're a group of entrepreneurs, investors, and people who have built and sold companies, working in a framework that is scalable across multiple cities, all to make startups better, faster, guaranteed. So when you're ready, join us. We'd love to have you. Applications for Batch 17 are now open. You can check it out at betablox.com.